Food coloring, and the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
You remember where this goes?
I don't know.
Are you sure it was a clicking and not a zzz, zzz?
I think your quash litter valve's stuck.
Do you even have insurance?
If we soak it, it should be good.
No matter how much you know or don't know about your vehicle, trust the experts at Tires Plus. Real answers from real mechanics.
Inspections are free to ensure your vehicle is always in peak condition.
Thinking service? Think Tires Plus.
Hi, I'm Agent Simon Irv Pro with CRSF. What is CRSF? We're the Cleanup and Restoration Special Forces.
Hoorah!
We're ServPro's first responders to your property's disaster.
Admit it, you're no good at handling disaster alone.
Like when you got dumped in high school by Janet Fillmore. She married 3-time world champion yodeler Jovan Bovic. With the Janet disaster, you didn't have a team. Now, you have a team. Elite ServPro operatives, highly trained in disaster cleanup and restoration. If it's fire damage, Agent Fred Iyer. From burnt to unburnt, he does that. But oh wait, it's water. Boom, Agent Winston Otter. He's been called the human sponge. But Simon, what about mold? Agent Marlon Old. He holds the world record for fastest mold remediation. And finally, Agent Smith. He's in charge of restoring your property to its original state. So if you sprung a leak, lit your curtains on fire, or your insulation looks like week old bagels, call ServPro.
At Shots Crossroads, we make 8 gallons of homemade ranch dressing every day. So you can smother your dinner salad with it, dip those crispy golden french fries in it, and dunk your breaded chicken strips. You can even cover your... Wait, no. You can't put ranch on steak. Or can you? Shots Crossroads. Don't forget the ranch.
This is gonna be the best day ever. You got me looking so fresh. I can't get no better. Baby, I'm a T-Rex, ready to rumble, ready to flex. I'm the king of the jungle. Gonna be the best.
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment, for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
Getting that perfect slice is satisfying, fulfilling, and rewarding too. But we don't do it for fun. We do it for fresh. Slice to order makes a sub above.
There's your first look inside of Hausler Gymnasium tonight. WDA Volleyball is the ticket. Good to have you on the PSP Network as the Mandan Braves are at Hausler Gymnasium tonight to take on the homestanding Legacy Sabres. Hi again, volleyball fans, alongside Mackenzie Quintus, Todd Domries, welcoming you to our PSP broadcast booth. I guess the first thing, Mackenzie, the Legacy Band.
They sound awesome.
Is out in full force. So we'll be talking over top of them a little bit tonight, but Legacy 11-2 as we'll get into these WDA standings right off the get-go here. Mandan has been a tough go for the Braves, just 1-11 on the campaign, and here's a look at your current WDA standings. Century leads the way, 13-0 in conference play. Jamestown checks in at number 2. Legacy now slotted at the number 3 spot at 11-2 in conference play. Bismarck, Dickinson, and St. Mary's right now as the top 5 will not have a play-in game. If you're sitting in a number 6 slot, you would play number 11 for the right to play in the WDA tournament. Obviously got a tie at 7 between Minot and Williston, Watford City and Mandan, and then Turtle Mountain rounds out the WDA standings. So since we last had a game, Mackenzie, a couple things that I've seen here. Jamestown has really started to play well.
Yeah.
And they are a team that Legacy got early, but now all of a sudden Jamestown and the Blue Jays kind of returned the favor.
Yeah, excuse me. That's exactly when you want to start playing your best game is towards the end of the season. So I think that's got to be exciting for Jamestown. Gives Legacy something to work up towards. I think it's going to be a really tight match up until the end.
Other games we're tracking tonight on your BNC Bank scoreboard has the Dickinson Midgets are at Century tonight. Turtle Mountain is at St. Mary's. Jamestown is at Minot. You can catch that game also on the PSP Network as those high-flying Blue Jays are in the Magic City tonight. Bismarck is at Watford City. And, of course, here we've got the Mandan Braves and the Legacy Sabres. Mandan, 4-21 on the season, 1-11 in conference play. Legacy, 18-8 and 11-2 in conference play. And these two teams met back, it was August 30th. And Legacy won that one 3-0. And so I guess, Mackenzie, as we continue on here in our Shields pregame show where they offer clothing, footwear, and gear for all your passions from fishing to fashion. The Mandan Braves, first-year head coach Maureen Larson, it's been a tough go of it. I don't know if there's any other way to describe it, but the wins have kind of been few and far between for the Braves.
Yeah, that's just tough. It's hard for a program to have a new coach come in. It's hard for that new coach to come in to a team that has had the same coach for a long time and had good rapport with her. We've talked about in our previous broadcast about the chemistry of a team. That comes with the coach as well. And so that's just a work in progress. And, for Coach Larson, it's kind of only one way to go, and that's up.
That's right. Yeah, and, knowing Coach Maureen Larson, she's positive. I've seen it all the way back at the crossover and the way she handles her team on a night-in and night-out basis. You just kind of hope that they get some W's because it just will reinforce what she's trying to build. And obviously they lost a lot from a year ago.
Yeah, that is one thing about Maureen. She is so positive. She has always got a smile on her face. It would be nice to see them, kind of come around, and even if they don't get the W, to compete and play really well and see, get those internal wins as well. If you're not getting it on the scoreboard.
And we mentioned kind of the cupboard being bare for the Mandan Braves. Off of last year's team, they lost a 2-time first-team All-Stater in Piper Harris as a libero. Your assist leader and the WDA leader in assists, Emily Toman. Morgan Sheldon was your team leader in kills. Lorena Mossbrucker was the leader in blocks. If you lose back row defense, if you lose your kill leader, you lose your assist leader, and you lose your block leader, that's a lot of holes to fill.
That's like every aspect of the game. That's every single thing. Sorry, this band is. I've got to get used to this band. It's awesome, but anyways, bump, set, spike, kill, block. That's everything. And when you got leaders that you've lost, you're rebuilding.
Yeah, and Mandan has some nice parts returning in Ellie McElvaney, and we'll hear a lot about her tonight as, the team leader in kills this year, and one of the league leaders in assists is Sierra Canola, and then you got Jaden Weiss in that back row leading in digs, and Sydney Heinert, kind of that front row leading in blocks, and kind of an up-and-comer that we're seeing a lot more of in the rotation now is McKenna Johnson, about a 6'1" sophomore. So, Mandan's a team that, hey, it was a long time between wins, and now they picked up a couple wins over at the Shields tournament. So we'll start to see here if Mandan's starting to play better volleyball towards the end of the season.
Yeah, and I'm sure Coach Larson's been kind of, she's learning the players as well, and I think they've been kind of moving things around, trying different combinations. Maybe they found one that's working now, and they can get some momentum and get a couple wins.
Now we'll take a timeout. Our Shields pregame rolls on from Hausler Gymnasium in Northeast Bismarck. When we come back, we'll take a look at the most recent poll in high school girls volleyball in the Class A ranks, and we'll highlight more of the Legacy Sabres and talk about Jen Astel's team, who is 18-8, number 4 rated in that most recent Class A volleyball poll. More of our pregame after this break. It's the Legacy Sabres hosting the Mandan Braves, WDA volleyball on the PSP network tonight.
All right, bring it up. Come on. Somebody's got to call. All right, let's go. I ride Zoom. Spider 2 live.
I'm really trying to listen. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
I ride 40 power.
Yeah, your volume is good. If you need to turn up your heads. Okay,
First Western is your independent community bank with all the online conveniences you want and an experienced team you can count on.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
What you're witnessing actually happens. This is a sad story about bad math.
Bad math?
Does your online company include mounting?
You can't beat the online pricing.
When you add the mounting, the shipping, and all the extras, it's just simple math. We guarantee the lowest prices. Our Plus plan is simply better, a less expensive way to buy tires. Thinking tires? Think Tires Plus.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics. Vibetta Orthodontics is a certified Invisalign provider. Invisalign fits your budget and your lifestyle. Braces for children, teens, and adults with affordable monthly payments. Schedule your complimentary consultation and exam by logging on to VibettaOrthodontics.com or by calling 701-839-6010.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics.
Well, Mackenzie, this is the first game we've done where there's been a band playing, and I can always judge the size of the band by how many tubas they have. And right now I see 2 of them just ripping it up over there. So
And they're getting into it. They're having fun over there, and they sound so great. I love a live band.
That's not the largest tuba section I've ever seen, but it is pretty good. So kudos to the Legacy.
And one's got a costume on, right?
Yeah, exactly. Student sections are out in full force too. Looks like it's jersey night tonight. See a couple Minnesota Viking jerseys over there, living large with a Justin Jefferson jersey. Todd Darmies, Mackenzie Quintus back at Hausler Gymnasium as we get set for the Legacy Sabres and the Mandan Braves in a WDA volleyball matchup. We're just entering now the second time through the conference, so a lot of these teams played early on, and now they've maybe played one time in the rematch or maybe a second, but that's kind of where we're at in the WDA campaign, about 3 weeks from tournament time. As let's take a look now, Mackenzie, at the most recent Class A volleyball poll as voted on by the media. This is a week old, so Cheyenne was number 1, Century's number 2, Jamestown checks in at number 3, these Legacy Sabres 4, and Fargo North, the Spartans, number 5. And we mentioned the Shields tournament in Fargo that all the teams partaked in last weekend, and a couple good showings by the Bismarck teams. Century made it all the way to the finals before being defeated by Sioux Falls And so that was in the gold bracket. And then the silver bracket, the Legacy Sabres won the silver bracket. And along the way, Century defeated West Fargo Cheyenne in the semifinals. So I have a feeling when this next media poll comes out, Century and Cheyenne, unless something else crazy happens this week, will probably be flip-flopped.
Yeah, and how exciting for, both teams to be able to compete a couple times during the season, even though they're in different conferences. I haven't gotten to see West Fargo Cheyenne. I would love to watch them play because Century is playing so well right now, and it's like, and if West Fargo competes with them and has even beat them, I need to see them play.
I watched Cheyenne in the crossover, and they're big and they're talented. I mean, it was like, man, do they got anybody on the court that's not 6 feet?
Wow.
And so that's a really good team, and they ran the table in the crossover, defeating Century, but Century obviously returned the favor now. The one key part that wasn't playing then for Century was Logan Nisley.
Yes.
So that'll make a little bit of a difference, and obviously it did in the crossover. So Century made it all the way to the championship in the gold bracket before losing to Sioux Falls Jefferson. And Legacy in the pool play was defeated by Shanley and Sioux Falls, Washington, and so they kind of bumped down into the silver bracket, which then they won. And so nice showing by the Sabres in the silver bracket over in Fargo as well. So there's your look at the latest media poll. And let's talk a little bit more, Mackenzie, about the Legacy Sabres. And we've liked what we've seen so far.
Yeah.
Every time we've got a chance to see Legacy, they've really raised their level of play kind of each and every time out. And I just get the feeling that Jen Astle really likes where this team is where their trajectory is leading them to.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with your statement about us watching this team anymore. I've really enjoyed watching Legacy play. I think they're such a balanced team, and they kind of, I watched them play against Century, and I was kind of thinking they were going to, put a little bit more of a fight because I know they've got it. And it just got away from them a little bit in that game, but they've got, hitters all the way around. They've got I love watching their libero play. I think she's a really great defensive player. She's got great ball control, and then their setters are awesome.
Yep. And they've switched this year to a 6-2 where you knew what you had in Maddie Colby just eclipsed a milestone, 1,000 career assists now in her career. That's not easy to do. And then, hey, you got a gal of that caliber, and now you're going to roll in Reese Dukeshire and also share the setting duties. Just a testament to some of the assets that Legacy has.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's when you've got someone hitting 1,000 assists, that's awesome. So she's obviously very talented, but then to bring in someone else who, maybe just as talented or is going to be just as talented, awesome for Legacy.
Yeah, some of those other you mentioned libero. Joanna Fleckenstein is in the top 10 in digs right now in the WDA. Madison Colby is one of the league leaders in assists, and she's splitting that role with Reese Dukeshire, and we've really seen Reese as a kind of a leader developing for Legacy with an all-around game, not only assists but digs and kills. You've seen Hallie Sievertson and Chelsea Crum, a middle, Asia Gross, and Brooklyn Brendel. I mean, they've got a lot of nice pieces through the Legacy Sabres.
Yeah, they're balanced all around. I mean, they serve well. I think their serve receive is really well, does really good. And you said all those names. I recognize all those names. I mean, obviously we've been watching the team now for all season, but because they're always sharing, the kills, they're all in the stat section every game. So, when you say Jen is, happy with how things are going, I would have to agree.
Hey, there's your Shields pregame fans. Is Shields dedicated to offering you the best retail experience? You can shop sporting goods, hunting and fishing gear, clothing, and more at Shields of Minot and Bismarck. Take a time out. When we come back, it'll be national anthem time, and we'll get you set up with the starting lineups in today's contest. Actually, the full lineups in today's contest. It's the Legacy Sabres hosting the Mandan Braves. WDA Volleyball is the ticket tonight. We'll come back with more after this break on the PSP Network.
Hi, I'm Agent Simon Irv Pro with CRSF. What is CRSF? We're the Cleanup and Restoration Special Forces.
Hoorah!
We're ServPro's first responders to your property's disaster.
Admit it, you're no good at handling disaster alone.
Like when you got dumped in high school by Janet Fillmore. She married 3-time world champion yodeler Jovan Bovic. With the Janet disaster, you didn't have a team. Now, you have a team. Elite Serve Pro operatives, highly trained in disaster cleanup and restoration. If it's fire damage, Agent Fred Iyer. From burnt to unburnt, he does that. But oh wait, it's water. Boom, Agent Winston Otter. He's been called the human sponge. But Simon, what about mold? Agent Marlon Old. He holds the world record for fastest mold remediation. And finally, Agent Smith. He's in charge of restoring your property to its original state. So if you sprung a leak, lit your curtains on fire, or your insulation looks like week old bagels, call ServPro.
Nice rendition there of your national anthem tonight from Hauser Gymnasium. Northeast Bismarck is the Legacy High School Band under the direction of a senior drum major, Shay Erlocker, tonight. And now you get a chance to get introduced to these starting lineups. Let's talk about a little bit of the Mandan Braves. Some of the young ladies you're going to see a lot of tonight, as you will see the liberos, Jaden Weist. She's a junior, coming off of an ACL injury, so good to see her back in action. Maya Sheldon is a back row specialist for the Mandan Braves as a senior. McKenna Meschke is a middle hitter as a senior. Sydney Heinert, their block leader, is a senior middle hitter as well. Ellie McElvaney, the WDA ace leader from a season ago, got a good serve on her and leading the team in kills this year. The senior setter, McElvaney's a junior, by the way. Senior setter is Sierra Canola. And then Olivia Corbin has been one of the team leaders in kills a lot of the season this year as well as an outside hitter. So you'll see other gals, but there's some of the key particulars tonight for the Mandan Braves. And their first-year head coach, Maureen Larson. I think I asked you the last time we did a Legacy game, was that Cotton Candy, did you say was the...
Yes, and you know what? I took, because I thought that's for sure what I have two girls, that's what they would think that color was. And I asked my 7-year-old, and she's like, light blue.
Light blue. Well, there's the Sabres tonight in their light blue shoes. Yes. And the Vegas gold uniforms, the black trim. 10th year head coach Jen Astle, and you know we talked a couple about these key returners, but Joanna Fleckenstein is one of the league leaders in digs. Madison Colby, Reese Dukeshire will split the setting duties. The middle is Chelsea Crom. She's an all WDA performer from a year ago. The team leader right now in kills is Asia Gross. Hallie Sievertson really started the season strong, but Asia's really been coming on lately for the Sabres, and now she leads the team in kills. And then Brooklyn Brendel, her role is kind of really expanded this year for the Legacy Sabres, and that's some of the particulars. And there'll be others as well as some other gals that you'll see tonight for the Sabres, as Paisley Cleveland will be into the game a few times. You'll see Aaliyah McPherson, and you'll get a get a chance to see Brooklyn Felkley a couple times occasionally in the game, so that's some of the key folks for the Legacy Sabres. Well, we're just about set for volleyball, as our thanks once again to Shields for bringing you our pregame from fishing to fashion. Shields is dedicated to offering you the best retail experience. All right, let's transition into set one. As we bring on our BNC Bank scoreboard tonight, Mandan 1-11 in conference play. Legacy 11-2 in conference play. See if Mandan can return the favor tonight, as Legacy back on August 30th swept the Mandan Braves. And, you know, one thing you see right away in the rotation that catches my eye is we talked about McKenna Johnson a little bit, and she's not just rotating into the game. She's in the lineup right away for the Mandan Braves. So.
Yes, okay. Okay, yes, I had to double check the roster there, but she is a sophomore.
Yep.
And a tall sophomore.
Well, the student section tonight, we mentioned the Legacy students and it's jersey night tonight.
I always like to see what the theme is that they come up with every time, and I always wonder who is the ringleader.
Well, not to be outdone, the Mandan student section, they might be small, but they are loud tonight.
Small but mighty.
Well, we did mention, I'm glad we did, Paisley Cleveland is out there as a back row player tonight for the Legacy Sabres, and Sierra Canola will get us going tonight. Set by Colby, middle swing by Asia Gross. Dug out of there by Mandan and just free-balled over by McKenna Johnson. Tight set. Chelsea Crum got it to the net, but it is turned back by the Mandan Braves. And that's none other than Sydney Heinert.
That was a good start for Mandan. The Sabres just kind of got out of control there on their ball control.
First pass by Fleckenstein, middle swing, and ooh, back-to-back. Heinert. The block party set up nicely there for the Mandan Braves.
Yeah, that was a great block. It went straight down. Legacy hit that ball hard, but they were there ready for the block.
Well, that doesn't look like a 1-11 team.
Definitely not. They're starting off great, and you got to keep this momentum while you got it.
Canola serves it up. Dig by Fleckenstein, set by Colby, swing by Dukeshire. Mandan got a piece of it. Set up by the Braves. Johnson just pushes it back row, got it in.
That was a good push by her. I thought that was going out as well, but it dropped right on the end line, and that's a point for Mandan.
Couple good digs already for Mandan, and Jaden Weist, the liberos, set a nice couple passes up for the Braves. They lead 3-0. Asia Gross goes to the changeup. Set by Weist, sent over by Johnson. Set up by Cleveland. Asia Gross blocked again by Mandan, and we get Legacy. Going to get a point as looks like Johnson is maybe into the net.
Yeah, I think they maybe. Well, I think they called Heinert. Yeah, I thought they signaled 17.
3-1, quick start for Mandan on your BNC Bank scoreboard. Legacy's Joanna Fleckenstein serves it up. Dig by Weist. Set. Swing there by McElvaney. Sent back across by Brooklyn Brendel, and that's a point for Legacy.
And that was a great push by her. Well, I guess it was kind of a tip, kind of a push. She used one hand on that, but she was going to a great spot, and it kind of went off of a couple Mandan Braves' hands.
3-2. Legacy down by 1. The Sabres number 4 ranked in the most recent Class A volleyball poll. Swing by Corbin. Dukeshire goes to the dump, and it finds the floor here at Hausler Gymnasium.
And that was a good choice by her because I noticed that their outside and their right side hitters were switching up, and there kind of causes confusion on that rotation. And whether she knew that or not, that was a good choice, and they weren't ready for it.
Fleckenstein has served 3 straight. Weist digs, set up by Canola, but she's into the net. tight set, and Mandan couldn't tiptoe it. And 4 straight for the Sabres. Good to have Landon Domres operating the camera for us tonight on the PSP Network. Set, middle swing, McElvaney, nicely done.
That was a back set actually to the middle, which you don't always see, but it's always good, getting your middles going. That splits the net a little bit, and even, like I said, you don't see a back set to your middle very often, so that certainly probably caught Legacy off guard.
I beg your pardon, that was not Ellie McElvaney, it was Sydney Heinert.
Oh, yep.
Fresh off being in the homecoming court for the Mandan Braves. Dukeshire with a big windup, and it goes wide, but it's tipped.
Yeah, that one had a little bit of spin on it, but I don't think it came off her hand exactly how she wanted to, but she got the touch on it.
Set 1, Sabres lead 5-4. Dukeshire set up by McElvaney, now a back row attack for the southpaw. Dug out by Cleveland, set by Dukeshire, swing, Gross. Oh, good dig for the point. That's the bonus.
That was like a bump kill, we like to call those sometimes. What a great dig, and they were excited. I love that.
Lily Thompson, the sophomore, with the bump kill. I love it. That's a first. How many games have we done, Mackenzie? That's like 5 or 6 games, and we have not seen that.
We have not seen that, and that went way back there.
Asia Gross changes it up. Dug out. And now McKenna Johnson sails that one long. Attack air for the Braves.
Yeah, the timing was just off on that one. The set might have been just a little low for her long arms. She's just got to get on top of it, and she'll be able to put that one down.
Legacy on top by a point. And Asia Gross back to the service line. Knuckles it long. Just couldn't get any drop on that serve. And the service error makes it 6-6. Maya Sheldon back to serve for the Braves. Set by Dukeshire. Middle attack by Brendel. Set up by Thompson and bumped over a free ball by Wiest. Fleckenstein, Dukeshire, Sievertson, tip. Kept alive by Mandan. Now McElvaney attacks. Pass 1, pass 2, swing for Gross, and she tools the block.
And that was out of the back row. She did a great job of getting a full swing on that, and she was able to use the block at the net. She got it just off the edge of their hands, and that one wasn't able to be picked up.
Brooklyn Sand back to serve. Chelsea Crom back in as the middle for the Sabres, who lead 7-6. Dug out by Sheldon. Swing for McElvaney. Set by Colby. Tight set. Oh, good spot for Hallie Sievertson.
That spot is almost always open, and it's hard. Sometimes it's hard to get, but she pushed it over there and she hit it just perfectly.
Yeah, what makes that so difficult? That awkward sidewinding angle there.
Well, yeah, it's it's obviously really hard to hit, but it's a lot of times open with a tip too, just because of the way that the defense shifts. It just kind of leaves that spot open.
Little backslide there for Chelsea Crom. Middle comes to the near side, and Crom gets the kill. And Legacy has answered here as Mandan jumped out 3-0, and the Sabres now lead 9-6. Your BNC Bank scoreboard. Sand will serve it up again. Dig by Wiest. Set by Canola. Swing by McElvaney. Nice play by Sand to dig it out. Sievertson, oh, big time hit.
And she's playing great right now. That was a really great swing. She got it around the block and put it right back, right down in the cross court. I like watching her play. She's just, I feel like, very consistent. You can always count on her to, all right, we need a hit, send it out to Sievertson.
And you get a timeout on the court. Maureen Larson wants to talk about it, and it's a Hub International Insurance timeout. You can call them for all your personal and business insurance needs. Breaking the action, set 1, BNC Bank scoreboard. It's Legacy 10, Mandan 6, back after this timeout on the PSP Network.
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment, for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
Well, we have a quick second. Here's our upcoming week on the PSP Network. Tonight, you got doubleheader volleyball. Jamestown is at Minot as well. Tomorrow night, the Scotty K Show. Friday night, football doubleheader. St. Mary's and Legacy and Shanley and Mandan. 10-6, Legacy leads. McElvaney sends it over. Sent back over by Dukeshire. Tipped deep by Mandan's Canola. And there's Severson again. Boy, she likes the cut shot tonight.
Yeah, I think that landed about the exact same spot her last hit landed. And that is working, so keep going for it and see if Mandan will make an adjustment.
11-6, Sabres on top. Oh, an overpass by Sheldon, and that one is going to be Allie Severson racking up the kills.
Yeah, that's for sure. She kind of just did a little swipe of that one right back down into the corner.
Oh, no, the errors are starting to mount here for Mandan as Legacy has stacked some points together here, courtesy of the serve of Brooklyn Sand. Sheldon and Mandan can't keep it alive as...
Yeah, Mandan needs to just sit back, get a good pass here. I think, when I watched them play the first time around, that was one thing that I noticed. I think their serve receive was just struggling a little bit. But if you can just kind of calm yourself down, get a good pass, things will go better.
Or have the team serve one wide and long.
That never hurts.
That never hurts. Service error for Legacy makes it 13-7. But like you said, Mackenzie, a couple passes there that just weren't at the head of the setter, and that causes problems.
Yeah, it can just obviously kill a team. It's the first hit. If it's out of system or if it just completely shanks, you don't have much to do with that. And so that's why that part of the game is so important.
Well, there's Ellie McElvaney. We talked about her service line exploits, and she does it right there. The southpaw ace. Sends that one, just long.
That was just long. I thought that was going to be in.
Yeah, good read by that back row. And now you get Madison Colby to serve it up for Legacy with her team leading 14-8. Good set there. Now they go back row attack for McElvaney. Sent across Severson. Big wind up. Got another one.
Yep, that same spot.
She's got the feeling right now from that far side, and she is painting the court over here with the cut shot. Severson with about 4 or 5 kills in a row. And an ace. Colby does the honors.
And to Legacy's credit, I think they're a great serving team. They are aggressive. It's not going to be an easy pass coming from them.
And you get another Hub International Insurance timeout as Legacy here has doubled up Mandan 16-8. And Hub International, you can contact your local agents, Josh Cattell, Michael Borman at 355-3100 for your personal and business insurance needs. Step aside, Legacy leading here in set 1.
At Shots Crossroads, we make 8 gallons of homemade ranch dressing every day, so you can smother your dinner salad with it, dip those crispy golden French fries in it, and dunk your breaded chicken strips. You can even cover your... Wait, no. You can't put ranch on steak. Or can you? Shots Crossroads. Don't forget the ranch.
Now Madison Colby still serving for Legacy out of that Hub International Insurance timeout here in set 1. Good serve, dug out by Wiest. Set up for Corbin. Saved by Legacy. Severson, that one is denied at the net. Right back to Severson. Kept alive by Mandan. Corbin, big rip. And a point for Legacy on the block party.
That was a great block by Legacy there. I think Mandan needs to just push the ball out just a little bit further out to the pins, and that'll give her outside hitter, a few more options. I think that was just a little far in for an outside hitter, so then the block is easy to double up there.
McElvaney digs. Kanoa sets, and Legacy gets a point as Mandan touched that one 4 times. And you're going to get a new setter in the game for Mandan. Ellie Thompson, the sophomore. As Sierra Canoa takes a break. Legacy on top by 10. Mandan. Sheldon sends it over. Middle attack for Crom. Set up by Thompson. Corbin rifles one for the winner.
That was a great hit going down the line there that we've talked before. That's tough to play defense on that spot, and it, I think that went off of Madison Colby's hands. She wasn't in defensive position there, so that's hard to get a good dig on.
Jaden Weiss with her team down 18-9. Jump serves it over, and it goes long. High Fast Tonight game brought to you in part by Prestwich Orthodontics, specializing in braces and Invisalign for all ages. Visit mynotbraces.com today for get started with a free virtual consultation. Mandan, tough time serve, receive again, and good spot. Asia Gross diagnosed and recognized and tipped it home.
Yeah, that was great court awareness there. There was nobody in that spot because they were kind of out of system. Mandan was. They were trying to get back to their home position for defense. She saw that. I could tell she saw that, and she's like, well, I'll just put it right here, and it worked.
Do not let the defense get set, and that's what Asia Gross did right there. Tipped up the net, but Corbin on the tight set couldn't get it over, and that's another point as Legacy has just poured it on here. Late in this first set as you get Anna Sorensen, the senior, in for the Sabres on that front line. Hallie Severson back to serve. And the service error hits the tape, makes it 21-10. We can tell you that tonight's game also brought to you in part by Northern Plains Heating and Air. They got 25 years experience as your heating and air experts. You can find them online at northern-plains.com. Tonight's game also brought to you in part by Roger Ward Moving and Storage. You can contact them to schedule a move or find a quote. Roger Ward Moving and Storage, rogerwardmovingandstorage.com. Dig by Fleckenstein after the Mandan serve. Dukeshire. Oh, good dig by Mandan. Sent back over to Legacy side. Swing by Gross. Blocked again by Mandan. Dukeshire pushes it deep. And Mandan couldn't corral it as Wiest got a hand on it as McElvaney was in the vicinity as well, but the Braves couldn't get it off the court.
That was, I think, one of the better rallies we've seen tonight. There was a lot of blocking, a lot of digs. That was a good push there by Dukeshire. It was a good job by Mandan getting a touch on it. They just got a little bit more control if you can get to the ball faster.
Anna Sorensen serves it up for Legacy. Now here comes Gross. Blocked by Mandan. Pushed over on a free ball for the Braves. Back set, Johnson into the net. She slaps her hands together like, doggone it, I had that one.
Yeah, that one looked just a little, like her timing wasn't quite right on that. I don't know if there's a little miscommunication between her and her setter, but yeah, I think she wants that one back.
And you get the senior Anna Sorensen. Sends that one to the net, makes it 23-11. As you're going to get Ellie Thompson, check that Lily Thompson back in for the Mandan Braves. She'll serve it up as we near a serve pro set point. Dig by Sorensen, set by Colby, middle, swing by Brendel, and that goes wide into the Mandan bench.
Yeah, I think she's just trying to get around the block there, and she just put it a little wide.
Legacy leading 23-12. Legacy, of course, in the Vegas gold uniforms, Mandan in the blacks, as Brendel gets another chance from the middle. Blocked there by Heinert. Now the Braves get a free ball. Send it to McElvaney. That's blocked. Tipped over by Heinert. Tipped again by Heinert. And a point for Heinert.
She's having quite the time up there in the middle. She's had a lot of blocks, and that was some great, aggressive offensive play there, giving the ball right back to Legacy.
Yeah, Sydney Heinert's team leader in blocks. One of the few Mandan Braves are in the top 10 in any category in the West. And Sydney Heinert is certainly there in blocks. As now you have a serve pro set point. Trained technicians, advanced technology, fire and water cleanup and restoration. It's serve pro bringing this set point. Reese Dukeshire with the serve. Set for Mandan. Pushed over by Heinert. Kept alive. And you get a point for Mandan, however. Cleveland had a heck of a dig there, but point goes to the Braves, and it saves that serve pro set point for a moment. Legacy still in cruise control here in set one. Heinert with the serve, kept alive by Sorensen and Gross, and sent in. And that's a set point and a kill there for Maddie Colby to win set number 1 for the Sabres. 25-14, your final in set 1. Legacy on top. We'll come back with set 2 after this timeout on the PSP Network.
All right, bring it up. Come on. Someone's got to call a play. All right, let's go. A high right, zoom, spider 2, wide banana. You don't like that one? Okay. High right, 40 power? No. You don't want that one either? All right, go kick off. Get out of here. Let's go.
First Western is your independent community bank with all the online conveniences you want and an experienced team you can count on.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
What you're witnessing actually happens. This is a sad story about bad math.
Bad math?
Does your online company include mounting?
You can't beat the online pricing.
When you add the mounting, the shipping, and all the extras, it's just simple math. We guarantee the lowest prices. Our Plus plan is simply better, a less expensive way to buy tires. Thinking tires? Think Tires Plus.
Every 10 minutes, 3 people in the United States will die from a preventable incident. More people are dying on our roadways and in their homes than ever before, but that's where the North Dakota Safety Council can help. Safety is our mission, from the workplace to any place. We're a private nonprofit that offers more than 150 training courses that are dynamic, hands-on, and effective. From CPR and first aid to driver safety and even workplace violence preparedness, we want to make sure your loved ones come home safe each night. Go to ndsc.org to see how together we can make a difference.
Ackerman Esvold, your neighbors, friends, and family who are working for you. The local team with local availability and accountability for all of your engineering, architecture, environmental, transportation, and land development needs. Your project can rely on Ackerman Esvold. Find them online at ackermanesvold.com. When you start your project, talk with Ackerman Surveying and Associates. Our experienced surveying team guides you in the right direction with planning, platting, and lot and boundary surveys. The trusted name in land surveying, the trusted name in architecture and engineering is Ackerman Surveying and Ackerman Esvold. Find them at ackermanesvold.com.
There's a look at the Legacy student section tonight. Jersey night. What is that, a LaMelo Ball jersey? I think it is.
I'm unfamiliar with that one. Who's that?
I think it's LaMelo Ball. All right, here we go. Legacy up 1-0. Still says number 1 on there. I can't change it because it's coming directly from the scoreboard. And that attack there goes just long for Mandan. Well, what was your residing thought there from set 1, Mackenzie?
Again, like I said, I watched them play at the beginning of the year. It's their serve receive, I think, for Mandan, excuse me. They just need to, just calm down, sit back, get a good pass, and it's going to make their game come a lot further. But like I said, Legacy's a really good serving team. So they're not going to get any easy ones in here.
Legacy's just hammering away right now as Reese Dukeshire put that one down. And the Sabres with a quick 2-0 lead. Yeah, it seems like Mandan just gets out of system very quickly here, just starting mostly with that serve receive.
Yep.
This time it looks good.
Yep, that was a great pass.
Set near side. McKenna Johnson in system.
There you go.
And Mandan wins the point. It's just that easy.
If only, right?
Yeah, if only, right? Mandan will send Lily Thompson back to the service line. She'll jump it over. Oh, nice serve.
Yeah, great serve.
The ace. I think in between sets I'm going to walk down and change that period thing myself on the scoreboard, just so that I don't have to look at that 1 on our automated score unit. And just as good as the ace was, Mandan gets a service error. And it'll send Hallie Severson, I beg your pardon, back to the service line for Legacy. Dug out by Thompson. McElvaney goes back row, but it's too far.
Yeah, those ones are tough. I think if she can just get on top of that and put a little more spin on it, it'll at least keep it in play so that they can stay alive.
Johnson has to adjust and get it over for Legacy. Tipped by Colby, and somebody was in the net. And it's somebody from Legacy that was in the net. It'll be a point for Mandan. Sydney Heinert. Dig by Gross. Back to Asia. Blocked by Johnson, but it goes out.
Yeah, that was a good try on her to, try keep it in play, but just went off her arms, not how she wanted to. If she presses over the net and seals it up a little bit, she might not have to make that play.
Couple subs in as Joanna Fleckenstein serves Johnson way up high and knocks that one down. Didn't get a big swing, but it was an effective spot for Mandan.
No, yeah, that wasn't a big swing, but she's, tall enough that she can get on top of that easily and just kind of pop it down. And if she does get a big swing, watch out.
Maya Sheldon on to serve for the Braves. Ooh, into the net. Just hit the tape. Fell onto the Mandan side.
That's another thing. There was a couple missed serves in the first game for Mandan, and that's tough when you're trying to build momentum because it's just it kills it right there on the spot.
Mandan kind of got in their own way that time as here's Asia Gross. Down.
And that was just a great hit by Asia. She's so powerful. When she gets a good swing on it, it's coming fast, and Mandan wasn't able to adjust.
Yeah, there's McKenna Meschke and Sierra Kanoa kind of got tangled up there, the setter on the outside for Mandan. Set by Sheldon, Kanoa, McElvaney, dig by Fleckenstein. Set by Dukeshire, middle hit for Brendel. Tipped over and jousted. And Kanoa and Gross tied at the net, and it's going to be a point for Legacy.
Yeah, that was a good try by Kanoa there, but that's hard when you're going with, it's her strong hand, but it's closer to the net. She's got a different angle, and Asia was right there to block it. It's hard to win those ones.
Set by Kanoa, down the line for McElvaney. Back to Asia Gross. Sidewinds ones down the line, and it's a point for Legacy, and a quick 9-4 lead here in set 1 for the Sabres. Check that. It's not set 1. It's set 2. Even the scoreboard saying 1 has got me messed up. Reese Dukeshire, line drive serve. Pushed over by McElvaney. Set Dukeshire, and Madison Colby with the kill.
She had a kill in the first game too. As a setter, you don't always get those swings, and I can only imagine that's just super fun to switch it up and be able to swing hard when usually you're dishing it out.
Yeah, and with that 6-2 that Legacy is deploying this year, Colby certainly has the ability to do that sometimes.
That's right.
There's a dump, and Dukeshire did it expertly again. That's twice tonight that Legacy has gotten that one to hit the court.
Yeah, and I think both of them were from Dukeshire.
Yep. Hey fans, tonight's game also brought to you in part by Planet Pizza. We got the 30-inch Galactic Pizza, and it's out of this world. You can call them at 852-1700 in the Magic City as there's an ace for Reese Dukeshire.
I've been meaning to ask you, have you ever had Planet Pizza?
I have, yes.
Oh, it's one of my favorites.
That is good stuff. And you get a Hub International Insurance timeout on the court. You can contact them at 355-3100. They're located at 4204 Boulder Ridge Road in Northwest Bismarck. Legacy on top, 12-4 in set 2. Back after this timeout on the PSP Network.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA and SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
Out of that Hub International Insurance timeout, Legacy on top 12-4 in set 2. Sabres have Reese Dukeshire at the line. Middle tip over for Meshke. Colby with a big rip.
That was a great hit. She's doing really, I guess I just didn't notice her hitting as much in the last couple times I watched them play, but it's really fun to watch her swing, and she gets she gets a really good hand on the ball.
Dukeshire, another tough serve. Kept alive by Meshke. Off the tape goes McElvaney. Asia Gross. Ooh, hammer time.
Yeah, that's fun to watch, and she got right through. In fact, it looked like she went over the Mandan block.
Yeah, there was no tool in the block there.
No.
And Dukeshire is stacked up about 10 straight here. Dig by Wiest. Set McElvaney. Dig by Cleveland. Flat-footed attack for Asia Gross. Set up now by Ellie Thompson and get a double hit. Legacy just stringing points together here as Dukeshire goes to the float. Pushed over, tipped once, twice, Fleckenstein, and it's going to be a point for Mandan.
Yeah, that is an interesting call, and I don't think Jen necessarily agrees with it. Or excuse me, Coach Astle. Fleckenstein saying she had her hands together, so she's wondering how it could have been a double hit, and it looks like the refs are going to talk about it.
In basketball, I call this a zebra convention, or in football as well. I think it's just an up-down convention in volleyball, but we'll see how that plays out. Hey fans, tonight's game brought to you in part by the UPS store, located in South Broadway in Minot. They're open Monday through Friday and Saturdays. The UPS store located in the Marketplace Foods Plaza for all your packing and shipping needs. Tonight's game also brought to you in part by Jersey Mike's. You can vote for the Jersey Mike's Player of the Week on the PSP Network Facebook page. Jersey Mike's is a sub above. Well, despite the lobbying, the point still goes to Mandan. Legacy, however, on top 15-5 here in set 2. Middle swing for Brooklyn Brendel, and Legacy's coming at him in waves right now.
And that was, picture perfect volleyball right there. Joanna had a super pass to the setter, and then they set up Brendel, and she slammed it down. And sometimes, because it was Fleckenstein that was called on that double hit, it kind of gives you just a little bit of motivation to, all right, let's put this one down.
Asia Gross with a big serve. Back row attack for McElvaney. Tipped by Brendel. Saved by Sievertson. Colby wide. Oh, no, they say it's in.
Yeah, she must have snagged the line there. Swinging hard.
My eyes deceived me there. I thought that was wide. Shows what I know. Hey, fans, reminder, after the game, we'll have our move of the game brought to you by Jobbers Moving and Storage. They can help you move across town or across the country. Locations in Bismarck, Minot, Fargo, and Aberdeen. Jobbers Moving and Storage. Legacy's keeping a lot of things alive as well, as it's going to be 2-hit violation on the Sabres. And it makes it 17-6 in favor of Legacy. Legacy number 4 ranked in that last volleyball poll. 11-2 are the Sabres in conference play. Sievertson, oh, what a spot.
Yeah, she was going for that. She hit that spot right by the net. It'd be the 4 spot. And I said that's always kind of open. It's because the outside hitter comes in to cover that block for the for your own team. And so that spot is open. She hit it a little bit further into the court this time, but it dropped for them.
Brooklyn Sand. Back set by Kanoa. Swing by Heinert. Oh, Mandan got a piece of it. But tool in the block there was Maddie Herzog for Legacy.
Yeah, that was a definite tool. The block looked like it was a little bit split, and it went off the edge of her hand and straight down.
And Mandan asks for and receives a Maureen Larson timeout, brought to you as always by Hub International Insurance. Hub is a leading North American insurance brokerage firm. 19-6 here in set 2. Legacy cruising as they won set 1. The Sabres leave it 1-0. We're back after this break on the PSP Network.
Wondering whether you need wealth management? Wealth management is a multifaceted offering that should provide opportunities for growth and security. At BNC National Bank, we pride ourselves on putting your priorities first and providing practical, objective financial advice. Our team can help you assess your goals and take stock of your assets to determine whether wealth management is right for you. Speak to a member of our team today to learn more.
Legacy won set 1, 25-14. Sabres looking good here in set 2 as Sand goes to the float serve. Set by Kanoa. And a good swing there by Olivia Corbin is tipped, and that's a kill for the senior from Mandan.
Yeah, that looked good for Mandan there. They had a great pass. Setter got it out to their outside hitter, which is always, a safe choice, and she was able to put it down. Now they need to get the serve in and get some momentum here.
Sarah Kanoa does just that. Legacy gets a tip over by Herzog, and somehow that works for Legacy.
And that kind of hung on the net a little bit, and Mandan got a hand on it, but not enough to have any sort of control and keep it alive.
Yeah, and there's Brooklyn Felkley. We talked about her as serving it up will be Madison Colby. Wiest with the dig, set by Kanoa. Back row attack for McElvaney, down the line, wide.
And Legacy did a good job of following that ball. She was, Fleckenstein was right on the line, her toes on the line. She knew that ball was out, she called it out, and it's a point to Legacy.
Colby, line drive serve, and Mandan, kept a hand on it. Oh, what a play, but it goes just wide as Corbin, Heinert, Wiest hustling.
Yeah, that was great keeping that one alive because that was a hover, the ball went over. I'm like, that's a great serve, and they got a hand on it and another hand, but just couldn't keep it in.
Colby changes it up for the ace.
I love that. She hit, her first serve. Her serves have been hard, and then she just mixes it up and pops one over, catch the defense off guard on that.
Mandan's going to send in the senior Haley Keller, outside hitter. Colby with the serve. Set by Kanoa. Keller right off the bench has a swing, and it's an attack error for Mandan. And there's your Serve Pro set point here in set 2. Fire and water cleanup and restoration. It's Serve Pro. Mandan Heinert with the overpass. Dukeshire rips. Felkley rips. Mandan keeping it alive. Set by Kanoa. Backslide for Corbin. Kept alive for Legacy. And now you're going to get a carry there on the Sabres. Legacy still in cruise control here in set 2, 24-8, and it's another Serve Pro set point. Mandan saved one of them, and now they'll have Lily Thompson back serving it for the Braves. Dig by Gross, set by Colby, swing by Felkley, and there's a final in set 2. On your BNC Bank scoreboard, set 2 goes to Legacy. Legacy leads 2-0. Final in set 2 is Legacy 25 and Mandan 8. Take a Premier Chiropractic in between sets break here. Kirk Mason, Dr. Cody Haugen, Dr. Becky Perry-Domrich can be found at premierchiropracticnd.com. Back after this break on the PSP Network with set 3.
I'm a grateful person on a lot of levels. I've been given so many great opportunities. But most of all, even as a little kid, I was taught a set of values. Like tools for life, hard work, responsibility, and the key to making it all work, commitment.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
This broadcast on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by
Lost my breath going down there to do it. Now there's that Legacy student section enjoying the action tonight as we're in set 3. Legacy on top, 2 sets to none. Legacy winning set 1, 25-14, and they ran roughshod in set 2, 25-8. Reminder after the game, we'll have our player of the game brought to you by Sport Clips, where they'll keep you looking your best. Check in online with a hairstylist today at sportclips.com. All right, thanks again to Roger Ward Moving and Storage for bringing you tonight's game. Find them online at rogerwardmovingandstorage.com. Tonight's game also brought to you in part by Jersey Mike's. Vote for this week's Jersey Mike's Player of the Week on the PSP Network Facebook page. As Sierra Canoa serves it up. Set by Colby in an attack error there by Asia Gross, as Legacy hasn't missed too many, but they did that one.
Yeah, that one just the set kind of got away from her because I thought it was a fairly decent pass. It was just a little bit low set, and she wasn't able to get that back over the net.
Canoa sets it as there's a bump set, and the spike goes long as sent long there by Anna Sorensen.
Yeah, that one looked like it was a little bit behind her, so she had a hard time, getting a good hand on top of it because the set was behind her.
Canoa, dig by Fleckenstein. Push tip by Gross off the block.
And that was a nice choice by Asia. She has a strong push with that one hand, and she was able to tool it off the block with that.
This balance of Legacy again, because all of a sudden now you had kind of Severson doing her thing in set 1, and then Colby and Asia Gross really got going in set 2 along with Reese Dukeshire.
Yeah, and that makes such a big difference when you can spread the ball around, because it makes it so much harder for the team you're playing to get a good block on you, because they don't know. It could go to anybody. And so, there's no cheating on that, because you're going to get, if you cheat at all and it doesn't go where you think it is, that's not good.
Tough to defend.
Mm-hmm.
You get a violation there, whistled on Mandan. And this was a problem area for the Braves in set 2, as you had Reese Dukeshire back there. And
yeah, she gets them in, they have a lot of good rallies with her at the service line. It's a good rotation for them, and she's got an aggressive serve.
Heinert pushes it over for the Braves. Asia Gross tried the coffin corner and just missed. Point for the Mandan Braves will send Sydney Heinert back to the service line. Fleckenstein, pass 1, pass 2 by Dukeshire, and pass 3 is a tip by Brooklyn Brendel.
And that was a good adjustment by Brooklyn Brendel there. To me, it looked like the set wasn't exactly what she was expecting, so she was able to make a really good adjustment and put the tip in a spot that Mandan was not expecting.
Legacy's having fun tonight. The smiles on those girls' faces are about a mile wide tonight.
Yeah, they're having fun, and it seems like they're kind of like, trying a few different things. I can tell with their serving, they're trying, they're serving a lot more, or in the second set anyways, they, kind of tried out those short serves, which can be difficult to make because it's very easy to just put it right into the net. But, and it's good to see that, they're still playing hard against a team that's just kind of struggling right now, but they're not letting up.
Thompson with a dig. McElvaney gets it over for Legacy. Pushed over by Asia Gross. Set by Kanoa. And there's a nice hit there for McKenna Meshke.
Yeah, that was a great hit. She got a lot of speed on that, and she was able to, use the block and get the point for Mandan.
Mandan on top, 5-4. A good start to set 3 after, the Braves only had 8 points on the board in set 2, so already having 5 is a win.
Yeah, absolutely. They've got a little more pep to their step in this one, I think.
And Legacy got some new folks into the rotation as Ava Hansel is off the back row. Couldn't get that one over the nets, and Mandan leads 6-4. Hi, fans. A reminder that tonight's game brought to you in part by the UPS store. They're located in the Marketplace Foods Plaza in Minot for all your packing and shipping needs. Back set by Dukeshire, running one-handed attack for Brooklyn Brendel goes just wide.
Yeah, that one just, and that hit is so fun to watch when you get it right on. She was just, didn't quite get that one in the court, but her approach looked good. I have a feeling she'll get the next one.
Hallie Sievertson, that's the first time she's gone line. She's gone to the cut shot a lot tonight, but boy, on that far side, she has been money.
Yeah, and that's something I've noticed every time I've watched Legacy play. Like I said, I think, she's a player you can count on, and she's obviously has a lot of different tools in her bag. She can hit cross, she's got good court awareness, and she has that line shot also.
Mandan couldn't keep that alive as Wiest got a touch on it. Kanoa got a touch on it, but Braves couldn't get it over, and that's an ace there for Brooklyn Sand. Sand back at the service line with Mandan on top, 7-6. Brooklyn puts it in play. Set by Kanoa, swing by Thompson. Back to Severson, down the line. Kept alive by Corbin. Kept also alive by McElvaney. Pushed over by the Braves. Set, spike. Good dig by Mandan. Oh, it's set on the standards. And now it's going to be pushed over by the Braves as you get 2 Braves collided, and one of them went over the under the net, and it's a point for Legacy.
Yeah, you can't be over the line. Almost her whole body was over the line on that one. That's an easy call. Point to Legacy.
And it was just unfortunate because it was good hustle, but
it was a great rally.
The 2 Braves got tangled up and went over the line. Ooh, there's a strong hit by McElvaney. Just couldn't get enough downward angle on that one to get it in play.
Yeah, that one looked nice. She had a good approach and a really good swing. She just got to snap that wrist a little bit harder, and I think she'll have it in.
Legacy's on top as Sand ties the shoe. And we can tell you that tonight's game brought to you in part by Prestwich Orthodontics. You can visit minotbraces.com today to get started with a free virtual consultation. Kept alive by Meshke and sent down for Kanoa.
And she's excited about that. That's by Kanoa, the setter. Like we talked before, you don't always get those hits, and especially for Mandan because they run primarily a 5-1. So for her to get that kill, she's pretty excited about that.
It's got a good ring to it, doesn't it? Kanoa with the kill.
Yeah, it does. I like that.
Ooh, off the net on the service for Thompson. Severson with another kill. Legacy answers right back and takes a 9-8 lead.
Mandan's still in this one. It's only 9-8, so they just get some good passes here. Try to get some good ball control. It's a little tight for them.
And Going to get a point for Legacy is just about an overpass there. Chelsea Crom was right there to take advantage for the Sabres. Colby, like you said to Mackenzie, I think they're experimenting a little bit tonight, the Sabres. Especially Colby, she's gone change up on the serves, went soft, and then that time she tried to blister one in there, and that's not the easiest thing to do.
No, yeah. In games like this, that's a good thing to do because you never know when you're going to have to pull out something different to, switch things up, to, catch a team off guard, and to get that kind of practice in a game time situation. It's good to see they're taking advantage of that.
Tied at 10, Jaden Weist. Set up by Colby. Severson. Dig by Weist. Set by Kanoa. Kept alive. Pushed over. And Crom knocks it down.
Yeah, that was just two right on the ball there right there for Chelsea Crom. She wasn't going to let that one go.
I think that would be the hardest thing in the world is you see that little bit of an overpass. I would want to just attack that thing, and I guarantee I'd be over the net way too far. Right?
Yeah.
Because
it's gotta be so tempting to just swing away at that. But she did a great job of seeing that there was, an open spot with just the swipe of the two hands, almost like a block, which was a great choice because the way that ball was, it would have been so easy for her to slam it and be in the net.
And you gotta kind of maintain verticality there. And there you had Madison Colby got stuck in the net for Legacy, and it's a point for Mandan as the Braves playing well here in set 3. We're tied at 11. Dig by Cleveland. Gross. Ooh. You and I had the same reaction.
Yeah.
You said ooh, and I said ooh.
Yeah, that was a great hit. And you know what? It was a great pass, and the set was right into Asia Gross's hands, and she slammed it away.
Weist with the push. Kanoa with the set. Sent over by Corbin, and just outside the line. The one thing Legacy's doing here is, you see Severson, you see Dukeshire, you see Fleckenstein. There's a little different rotation, getting a lot of girls into the contest tonight. As that looks like that could be an ace. No. Yes.
Yeah. They've had a couple like that Mandan has where they just they're right there to keep it alive. They just got to get it in the court. Get it in the court, and you stay alive. You can hopefully settle down and stay in the game.
And you get a Hub International Insurance timeout on the court. You can contact them today for your personal and business insurance needs. Josh Cattell, Michael Borman, call them at 355-3100. Sabres lead a close set 3 here, 14-11 with the Sabres on top, 2 sets to none.
Are you moving your business or your home across the town or across the country? We know it can be stressful. To ensure your possessions arrive on time, intact, and on budget, make your move with Jobbers Moving and Storage. Jobbers can help you with every aspect of your move. With our efficient step-by-step approach to move management, we can tailor a plan to suit your needs and schedule. With locations in Bismarck, Fargo, Minot, and Aberdeen, Jobbers Moving and Storage is your choice. Visit jobberswarehouse.com. It's Jobbers Moving and Storage.
Todd Domrey's, Mackenzie Quintus, Landon Domrey's on location. The venue tonight is Hausler Gymnasium on the campus of Legacy High School. Sabres lead 2 sets to none, and the Sabres lead 14-11 in set 3. Out of that Hub International Insurance timeout. Back row attack for Thompson doesn't work for Mandan, and it's 15-11. Holy cow, do I see a Hines Ward jersey over there?
I do know Hines Ward.
Chelsea Crom goes to the change up. Middle hit for Heinert. She tools the block. I've been the one gal that's impressed me kind of all game match long for Mandan has been Sydney Heinert.
Yeah, I would have to agree. She's got a good block, and it'd be nice if we could see them get her more involved in the hitting. But that kind of comes back to your serve receive. If you don't get a good pass, especially when she plays in the middle, it's hard to get those middles involved when you don't have that good ball control because it's just so much easier to send it out to the outside.
Service error there for Olivia Corbin, and it sends Reese Dukeshire back to the service line. Legacy leads 16-12. Wiest with the dig, set by Kanoa. Swing, goes wide. Lily Thompson couldn't find the line. And Legacy on top now by 5. We can tell you that tonight's game brought to you in part by Planet Pizza, the 30-inch galactic pizza that's out of this world. Wiest dig, Kanoa set, McElvaney off the block. Wiest keeps it alive. Thompson pushes it over, and it's a point.
That was a good rally from Mandan there, and I have to give credit to Wiest. She had a great pass on serve receive, and then she had a good dig, and the dig had good control on it as well, and they were able to get some good shots.
Everything just comes together, right, when you get that first pass
It
on
helps.
the money. And an ace.
And that was Heinert, right?
Right on cue.
Yep.
That's not a broadcaster jinx. We were just saying good things about Sydney, and she makes us look good with the ace. See if she can do it again. Fleckenstein digs it up. Dukeshire, swing by Colby.
From the outside this time.
Yep. Oh, here we go, 18-14.
Uh-oh, it's that song. And you know what? I know that song.
We're not even going there tonight, Mackenzie. Everybody's like, what are they talking about? We got into a Johnny Horton conversation the other night as Mandan sends it wide. At 18-14, they took a little trip. That's about as far as we'll go with that.
But isn't that from some show? I was asking my dad that, and he was disagreeing with me.
No, I don't know about that. It's just The Battle of New Orleans by Johnny Horton. I think he was like a singer in the 50s.
Yeah, I feel like it was on some show that we would see on TV when we were younger, because I'm like, I don't know how else I would have known that song.
Somebody probably had an 8-track of it.
Could be.
Asia Gross stacks a couple on top here, and it's 22-14. It's a dig by Corbin, set by Kanoa, and Meshke just couldn't get on top of that one and sends it long.
Yeah, I think she was a little bit early on her approach. It looked like she was coming down as she was hitting it, which makes it even harder to, snap the ball into the court.
Legacy by a touchdown. 21-14 on your BNC Bank scoreboard. BNC, your life's busy. They make managing your money easy. Locations in North Dakota and Arizona. Visit BNC Bank online at bnc.bank. Asia Gross, dug out by the libero Wiest. The left-hander McElvaney, nice spot.
Yep, that was a good spot because you can see Fleckenstein was having to really run to that, and she couldn't get it there in time. So those corners, they're open. The defense, just naturally kind of comes in to cover, tips and things like that, and those corners are going to be open.
Colby had that one touched by Mandan. Swing for Sheldon. Tipped and not over for Mandan.
That was a great block by Legacy. I could tell, with those two girls, Brendel and Colby, they did a great job of turning their hands in so that the ball, when it was hit, it went back into the court and not, wasn't able as easily tooled.
Mandan gets a swing for Maya Sheldon. Sent back over, and the changeup is down for none other than Madison Colby. Well, she's got to be close to a team lead in kills tonight.
I was thinking the same thing. She's got, every time I turn around, she's getting a kill.
Brooklyn Sand at the service line for the Sabres as they close in on a match point here. Mandan, is that going to be 4? Could have been, yeah. Setting a swing for Severson.
It's a great dig.
Dig by Corbin, nice pass, sets up McElvaney. Keeping it alive are the Sabres as Crom pushes it over. Set by Kanoa. Oh, kept alive by Brooklyn Sand. A free ball sent over. Now here comes Sheldon. Dig by Sand again. Set by Legacy. Severson down the line. Kept alive by McElvaney. Kanoa goes back to Sheldon. Good rally here, and Mandan gets the point.
That was a great rally. There's lots of really good digs by both teams on that one, and Mandan did a great job of, getting a hand on the ball and good quality touches on that, and that's why they were able to stay alive in that rally and inevitably get the point.
Got a new setter in there for Legacy as well, Callie Danauer. Sheldon with the serve. Danauer with the set. Swing for Colby. one more time for Madison Colby.
And my jaw was just like, oh my gosh, that hit was incredible because that was a line shot for her, which is, not easy on the right side there. She's killing it tonight.
And you get a Mandan timeout, 24-16. Hub International Insurance timeout. Is when we come back, it'll be a Serve Pro match point. They got trained technicians, advanced technology, fire and water cleanup and restoration. It's Serve Pro Legacy. Just about ready to send this one home. We'll be back with the finish after this break on the PSP Network.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
And finally, Agent Smith. He's in charge of restoring your property to its original state.
Yeah, there's your Serve Pro match point. Served over by the Sabres. Sent back over by Mandans. Meshke. Kanoa, tight set. Corbin. Mandan somehow gets it over. Colby with the back set. Swing for Sorensen, and that'll do it. Mandan put up a fight in set 3, but Legacy gets the sweep tonight on their home court. Legacy wins 25-14, 25-8, and 25-16. We'll take a timeout, come back with the coach and player interview, and our Shots Crossroads Planning Team Financial Advisors post-game show. We'll have that after this break on the PSP Network.
I'm a grateful person on a lot of levels. I've been given so many great opportunities. But most of all, even as a little kid, I was taught a set of values. Like tools for life, hard work, responsibility, and the key to making it all work, commitment.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
This broadcast on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by
All right, back in our Shots Crossroads Planning Team Financial Advisor post-game show. Jen Ostel joins us right now, and I tell you what, a nice win.
It was, yeah.
Congratulations on the bracket win over at the Shields tournament. You kind of had momentum there, and you built on that tonight.
Yeah, we had a couple of tough losses, and we really used that Shields tournament to kind of bounce back, gain some confidence back. Like tonight, one of the things we talk about is the strength of your teams, the strength of your bench. We kind of got a lot of different people in, and I'm really proud of our kids for not necessarily having any dips in play, regardless of who was on the court with them. We kind of kept our same speed the whole match.
Yeah, and it was a little bit something in each set. Sometimes it was the serve, sometimes it was the defense, sometimes it was the attack, but you got a lot of kids in the rotation tonight.
Yeah, and like I said, looking into the later part of the season and looking ahead to postseason, there's going to be times you need some of those kids to be able to step into some of those pivotal roles, and I think we did a really nice job with that.
What are some of the things you've been focusing on, things that the Sabres need to improve on now as you kind of close in on tournament time?
Just focusing on our side of the net and doing the little things that we need to do to keep ourselves competitive.
Talk about Madison Colby's game tonight.
Madison's awesome. She's a leader for our team. She's a very multi-dimensional player. You know, we're lucky we got Reese to be able to come in and do some settings so we can showcase how Maddie has that ability to pass and still hit. That's kind of where she started as a DS role when she was first getting her varsity time. So I can't say enough good things about her. She's a good, hardworking kid.
Nice win tonight, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, that's Coach Asta. Let's bring in one Madison Colby. Hey, that's pretty cool to hear your coach talking about you like that. But I want to talk about a couple things. Obviously, you guys got the win tonight, so that had to feel good. But there was a lot of smiles out there. It had to be fun tonight for the Sabres.
Yes, it was very fun. It was fun to just be able to have that gut up by all of my passers and just be able to feed off that energy with the good swings that we had. It was fun.
And, you know, for yourself, you've crossed a plateau now with 1,000 assists in your career. Yep. But that wasn't the story, I think, for you tonight. You had a number of assists, but the kills were working tonight. So is that kind of one of those things this year that you've really gotten to expand and kind of maybe get back to?
Yes, it's very different for me because I like Jen said, I played a little bit of like all the way around DS right side. I mean, it wasn't really anything big. I played 5-1 last year, so I'm going into the season willing to do it, and I'm really excited.
Well, obviously, it's almost like, well, you kind of get into a routine, right? But it's like a kind of a breath of fresh air in some respects, right?
Yeah, it's really fun. I like doing all the way around. It's super fun. The vibes are good.
And, hey, it's been working so far for Legacy. Obviously, you're 12-2 now in conference play. Got a lot of good things going on. What are you guys looking to accomplish here now as the season kind of comes to the regular season end?
We are really working on just having a lot of grit and just playing that championship mentality all the way through every game.
Nice game tonight, especially the kills.
Thank you.
All right. That's Madison Colby. Hey, what a game. Digs, kills, sets. She did it all. We'll take a timeout here, and our Shots Crossroads and Planning Team Financial Advisors postgame rolls on after this timeout on the PSP Network.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA and SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
At Shots Crossroads, we make 8 gallons of homemade ranch dressing every day, so you can smother your dinner salad with it. Dip those crispy golden French fries in it, and dunk your breaded chicken strips. You can even cover your... Wait, no. You can't put ranch on steak. Or can you? Shots Crossroads. Don't forget the ranch.
This broadcast on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by... This broadcast on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by...
Now we're back at Legacy's Hausler Gymnasium as we put a wrap on our broadcast tonight. As we welcome you back to our planning team financial advisors post-game show, where they're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession. Planning Team Financial Advisors here to help you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online at planningteam.com, and also our Shots Crossroads post-game, where you can get filled up on their delicious menu that includes the famous 99. Order online at shotscrossroads.com. Legacy improves to 19-8 on the season, 12-2 in conference play. Mandan falls to 4-22 and 1-12 in conference play as Legacy wins tonight, 25-14, 25-8, and 25-16 as the Braves get swept for the second time this season by the Legacy Sabres. All right, Mackenzie, a couple things to take care of here in our postgame. First off, we're going to give you our move of the game, brought to you by Jobbers Moving and Storage. They focus on the details of the process. They're ever losing sight of the big pictures. Locations in Bismarck, Minot, Fargo, and Aberdeen. Find them online at jobberswarehouse.com. And tonight's move of the game is?
Well, I have the move of the game here. It was a pass by Clevin, set by Colby, and then a huge hit by Asia Gross. One so big, in fact, that both of us went, ooh. It was big.
See, that's okay when the color person yourself goes, ooh. But when the play-by-play guy goes, ooh, that's really not good unless it's a massive kill by Asia Gross.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you and I have both had the same reaction, like, woo.
It was big.
Yeah, that was a good play, and well done, Asia Gross. We had a chance to look at the stat sheet here a little bit tonight, and a balanced effort. I think that's probably the key, and one of the things that stands or makes Legacy stand out this year is that balance. And you don't have to look too far into the stat sheet to see that it was exactly that again tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the highest in kills was 2 players with 9. It was Hallie Severson and Asia Gross, not surprisingly. But I have written down here, there's 11 players that had a kill on their stat sheet tonight.
Yeah,
11.
And everybody got into the contest as well, as highlighted by some of that rotation work that Legacy got in tonight. Asia Gross brings you our move of the game tonight, brought to you as always by Jobbers Moving and Storage. Here's a quick look at our upcoming calendar. Of course, you got doubleheader volleyball tonight. Jamestown is at Minot. The Scotty K show tonight. Tune into that tomorrow night. They're going to dig into the 3-class proposal in North Dakota Class B basketball. And then on Friday night, you got doubleheader football. St. Mary's at Legacy and Fargo Shanley at Mandan in what should be an absolute dogfight over at the Starian Sports Complex. Two teams that are 5-1, 6-1. Beg your pardon. The Deacons and the Braves should be a beauty here on the PSP network. All right, last thing for us, Mackenzie, is our player of the game tonight, brought to you by Sport Clips. They bring you the MVP of the matchup. Sport Clips, home of the MVP haircut experience, and nothing quite like it at Sport Clips. And tonight's game MVP, our Sport Clips game MVP, is
Madison Colby. She was so fun to watch tonight. I mean, she's always fun to watch, but, primarily she's the setter. And setters sometimes are the quiet heroes. But, because if they're doing their job, they're doing it good, they're getting the ball right where those hitters want it so they can slam it down, and that's exciting. But tonight she was the one slamming it down.
Yeah.
And it was fun to see.
You could see, I don't know if you could see it on the interview, but when I started talking about kills, she was just like, she guys kind of perked up like, yeah.
Well, it is fun. I mean, it's fun to hit the ball. It sure is.
Yeah, and a good all-around game tonight, as you highlighted, just the aces, the kills, the digs, the assists. Madison Colby did it all tonight as a senior, and she's our Sport Clips MVP of the game, where you can look your best and check in online with a hairstylist today at sportclips.com. All right, Mackenzie, we talked a little bit about the Mandan Braves, and the one thing I think that you mentioned, serve, receive, and the team is their trajectory looks better than it maybe did earlier in the season, but still a couple things to clean up for Mandan.
Yeah, they definitely had shown parts in the game tonight where, they kind of looked a little bit, they were working more as a team. They had a little bit more ball control, which then allowed them to have more, more attacks. They have good players on their team. They just got to come together, just tighten it up a little bit and use your big ones. We talked about, it was Heinert, I believe her name was, out of the middle. It would have been fun to see her get a few more hits because she's a great player and she's got a great block. She serves well. They've got the things there. It's just, finding the right combination.
Well, the next volleyball action for us, we got a few Minot-based games, but If I'm not mistaken, I think our next action in Bismarck, we wait a few weeks here, and then we get to bring you what should be an absolute doozy late in the WDA campaign. And we've got Legacy at Century for the rematch there. It'll go a long ways, I'm sure, in deciding the final standings in the WDA, as right now Century leads the way. Jamestown's in second, and nipping right at their heels are the Legacy Sabres, so that one should be fun in a few weeks.
Yeah, I'm excited for that game. I think Legacy's going to come back with a little bit more of an edge, wanting to have that game back that they had against Century last week, it was, I believe, or the week before, because, they're a great team, and I think that they can really give Century a run for their money.
Well, and they did. The first time they played, they won set one before Century won the final 3 sets to take the game. But it should be a fun matchup. We'll have that for you in a few weeks, November 1st, right here on the PSP Network. All right, that'll put a wrap on our broadcast tonight. Big thanks to all of our in-game sponsors. BNC National Bank brings you our scoreboard. Our pregame, as always, brought to you by Shields. Timeout sponsors, Hub International, our Serve Pro set and match points. Our intermissions between sets brought to you by Premier Chiropractic. Our postgame brought to you by Planning Team Financial Advisors and Shots Crossroads. Our player of the game tonight was Madison Colby. That's brought to you by Sport Clips. And our move of the game, the big ooh hit by Asia Gross tonight, and that's brought to you by Jobbers Moving and Storage. Hey, great job by our executive producer tonight. That was Nick Holmberg for our camera operator. Landon Domries, our color commentator tonight. Mackenzie Quintus, I'm Todd Domries, repeating your final scores. Legacy wins this one in sweep fashion. It's the Sabres 25-14 in set 1. 25-8 in set 2, and they close it out with a 25-16 win in set 3. That'll do it for our broadcast tonight on the PSP Network. A reminder again, the Scotty K Show tomorrow night and football doubleheader on Friday. We've got Mandan hosting Shanley and Legacy hosting St. Mary's on Friday night. That'll do it for us tonight. Until next time, fans, thanks for joining us, and so long from Hausler Gymnasium at Legacy.
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
Shots Crossroads, we make 8 gallons of homemade ranch dressing every day, so you can smother your dinner salad with it, dip those crispy golden french fries in it, and dunk your breaded chicken strips. You can even cover your... Wait, no. You can't put ranch on steak. Or can you? Shots Crossroads, don't forget the ranch.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA and SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
Hi, I'm Agent Simon Irv Pro with CRSF. What is CRSF? We're the Cleanup and Restoration Special Forces.
Hoorah!
We're ServPro's first responders to your property's disaster.
Admit it, you're no good at handling disaster alone.
Like when you got dumped in high school by Janet Fillmore. She married 3-time world champion yodeler Jovan Bovic. With the Janet disaster, you didn't have a team. Now, you have a team. Elite ServPro operatives, highly trained in disaster cleanup and restoration. If it's fire damage, Agent Fred Iyer. From burnt to unburnt, he does that. But oh wait, it's water. Boom, Agent Winston Otter. He's been called the human sponge. But Simon, what about mold? Agent Marlon Old. He holds the world record for fastest mold remediation. And finally, Agent Smith. He's in charge of restoring your property to its original state. So if you sprung a leak, lit your curtains on fire, or your insulation looks like week old bagels, call ServPro.
In southwestern and south central North Dakota, on any given day at any given moment, a Dakota Community Bank and Trust customer is logging in or signing on to do their online or mobile banking. We believe that community banking can blend both a past with down-home customer service in-house and a future with modern banking conveniences and technology for our customers anywhere, like here or here, all while honoring our long-standing tradition of community-first oriented banking here at Dakota Community Bank and Trust.
Ackerman Esvold, your neighbors, friends, and family who are working for you. The local team with local availability and accountability for all of your engineering, architecture, environmental, transportation, and land development needs. Your project can rely on Ackerman Esvold. Find them online at ackermanesvold.com. When you start your project, talk with Ackerman Surveying and Associates. Our experienced surveying team guides you in the right direction with planning, platting, and lot and boundary surveys. The trusted name in land surveying, the trusted name in architecture and engineering is Ackerman Surveying and Ackerman Esvold. Find them at ackermanesvold.com.